showing in you guys?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hello,
Hi
guys.
everyone. Good afternoon. Thanks for joining the BI Scrum on time. Today I will be the chair and Kak will be my secretary. So without further ado, let's start with the personal updates from Kak Lilis. Are you able to give your personal updates, Kak? I, I don't think so.
I think Lilis is in the ceremony. You can read it first, Angie.
All right. So from Kak Lilis, her first card is the BI chapter management card. And this is the first week that she delegated the operating BI to assist HAR in making deals by this week to me and Rizky. So we will share our experience right after the Scrum. And Kalilis has done the BI to P2P for February, and the recording is attached there. So she hopes that this session helps the team identify their strength and weakness so that they can now. I want to share our experience for the operational pricing.
You may go first, Angie.
Okay, I will
Yeah.
start. Yeah. So for the last 2 days, starting from Monday, we are in charge for the PI operational pricing. To be honest, there was a lot of confusion, and there are so many things that we couldn't understand like directly, but we know this is a learning process, so we need to keep on learning for the pricing to get better and better. And I think for the details of what are we confused of will be commented in Kalilis cards, yeah, later on. Maybe Risky, do you want to give more details about it?
Okay, so the thing that make us confused is first, we don't know what is the standardized type to take to give price to some property. Like we just go with feeling, like when someone asks us for a price for a property, then we check the pricing tool, and then we want to check last transaction price. So we want to know how much this property is sold in the last transaction, but I don't know. Is it possible to found? We cannot found it yet. Then the second thing that we are confused is what is in our control. Is it us that make decision, or we just take the communication here to there and just become media lah, perantara gitu. Yeah, there is
Okay.
too confusion for me.
Okay. Also, perhaps to add, we did use Risky's pricing tool for helping us seeing the market price, and we see that the tool is very useful as well. Perhaps for the confusion, can I offer the questions to Kofidi to clarify? Because
Okay.
Khalil is not here.
So the confusion is first regarding the pricing from the previous transaction, yeah.
Yes. How to see like the previous deal, something like it.
Right. The previous deal. So that could be achieved by two ways, actually. First, we can make it by providing the one that I requested previously. The price distribution is available in Tableau. We can actually do that. Um, So it's a tool in Tableau that I think risky. Yeah, we'll try to migrate it. Yeah, and then as well also regarding the if there are some special cases, usually it will be written down on the cards in direct inquiry optimization, especially if it's a direct booking. But the others would rely on the rate table in Tokid. So that's the three guideline to be checked. Actually, are there any more questions?
For the second confusion, what is in our control,
What is
actually?
in your control?
Yeah.
The first regarding the price, that's in your control, and you can always
So we
like
decide.
yes, but again, sometimes it will be beneficial to kind of like contact or reconfirm with the owner, especially if it's a bit lower than the average market price, and also if it's like a long term stay. That's why we have that account, that WhatsApp account, so that we can actually contact owners regardless of whoever is behind the phone, maybe something like that, so that the owner will not be confused.
Okay, is that all?
Traditionally, that will be there will be two things that BI can control: the pricing and the timing.
Okay.
So yeah, you look at the timing, whether the timing is correct to give out that price, and whether like uh, if the check-in date is like today, right? Sometimes it might be a factor that we can consider in pricing. In comparison, if the check-in date is still in a month or in like a year or something like that.
I see. Maybe we should have a sub discussion, yeah, for more briefing on this
Sure,
pricing.
sure, sure, sure. And also, I just wanted to remind NG and also Risky, yeah, for the first week, yeah.
Yes.
Do we have we do have a documentation for this, right? In the process of the phone transfer as well, and so on and so forth. But maybe
Yes.
the confusion that you put can actually be applied in the paper as well.
Yeah. I mean, you mean documented on the paper, right?
Yes, correct.
Yes. We will try to complete the paper, yeah, so the confusion will not
Happy to.
reoccur next week as
Yes,
well.
correct.
Okay. Yes,
Okay, yeah,
Kalilis, of
that's
course.
true.
Rizky, does that answer your confusion?
Yeah, that answer for now. Maybe if we have another question, we will put it on the paper.
Okay, then. We'll move on for the second card. Does anyone has anything to add for the first card first? Kalilis, do you want to say something? Okay, we will move on for the second card of Kalilis. So the March OKRs for BI, the OKRs topic setting done for all members. Next is the monitoring of the progress happening during the OKRs discussion. So we had a discussion last Sunday and we raised understanding of what OKR and how important it is, also suggesting each other topics and improvement for current OKR. And the last card for Kalilis, I don't really understand, but I think
Okay,
it's
maybe I
an
can fill
interim
it in.
placement. Yeah, okay.
So for this card, actually, Carizal asked a request for strategic discussion with BI team. Remember, basically, they wanted to know like how many intern to have in which position, just like the discussion that we had last Friday, I believe. Anyway, we have Lilis and I both have commented on the discussion paper, and the details are seen below. But basically, that's the request: how many interns to be put in what position, and what's the priority.
Okay. Are there any updates on this card or
Right. So I believe that the from my side, I have tried to give some feedback on the card itself, like the priority and some questions. But from Lilis, I think she also gave some response. Currently, Karizal is not on leave, but Kagani is commenting that I don't know, like they are still unsure with the distribution of the resource. But maybe BI can help with giving directly like what's the correct answer or not.
all right.
That
So
would
it
be the
is
activity. Yeah.
still to be further discussed. Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
Okay, Kalili said she needs you to comment in the last card, Coffee Day. Written.
Good concern. Do you face any problems that support your concern? About the arrangement, yes. So the arrangement is that Rizal will manage the campaign of website campaign in partnership, LinkedIn campaign in partnership, as well as the Facebook page campaign, while Gani will handle Airbnb, Facebook, website, Booking.com, and Instagram campaign, while Rahma will handle online canvassing and Google My Business. So the distribution is very interesting. Yeah, so we still need actually a discussion with this. Actually, I think the marketing team has very lack of visibility if it's mentioned in Trello. I let's just give a emoticon. Maybe we will have a discussion with the marketing team for further discussion. Okay, sure. Please write that down, Mr. Secretary.
All right. Don't forget to put the updates on the card, yeah, later
Yep.
on. Okay, moving on to, are there anything to add for Kalilis? Does anyone has anything to say or anything to add? Okay, Kaya.
This is under assumptions that Rahma accept the offer, right? Okay. How can when can we be sure of that, or is if yeah.
Yeah, for now, we're still not sure. That's why there will be further discussion regarding this one because there haven't been any like news right in the all hands. So yep, this is still planning. Planning.
Okay.
Okay, are there any more questions from anyone? Okay, we'll be moving on to Kofidi. Can you please give your personal updates?
Okay, thank you very much, Ms. Chair. So first, regarding the BI handbook creation, I've attached the image of the current structure of the BI documentations. There are the like these topics, subtopics, and so on and so forth. Please let me know in the activity what kind of operationals or maybe best practices that you guys want to include. And also to everyone, please feel free to like update or add yourself. It's also okay. But for the foundation, I've added the BI terminology definitions, Tokid best practices, BI tools for Redash, and also the Tokid rate push. So yeah, I'll still wait until like somebody comment. Uh, but while doing that, I'm also planning to add some more things that have not been written in the activity. Uh, yeah, I appreciate if you guys can add like what are the confusions, especially as interns. That yes, like what Rizky mentioned just now, there are some questions that would be beneficial to be added on the BI documentation. But that's the current structure. That's the first one. So the second one, regarding the meeting our new Tokid account manager. Actually, I met her like last Thursday at 10 p.m. So Uni will be handling us in Tokid for the meantime. The details of the discussion is attached in the Dropbox paper and it will be used for regular meeting, perhaps just like what we did with Joy. And then as a result, Uni actually gave us a trial for some of the features that I've attached in the card as well. I'm looking to see whether anyone has any comments on that, like which tools might be beneficial for the company. So that's the second one. And I've also clarified some questions that were handed over by me from the product development team. For the third one, regarding the instant book rate improvement, I just added the definitions of the instant book and the best practices, and it can be seen in the BI documentation. But so far for the two cards, the two last cards is done. The one that's still pending is the BI handbook creation. I just have to add, I think, two more things that I've written down in the OKR to be done by this month. So that's it from me, Ms. Chair.
All right. Thank you, Kofidi. Are there any questions from anyone or any comments?
Yes.
Okay, Rizky.
I have question, Kak.
Yes.
I believe there is no stupid question, and maybe other interns do not understand it too. But what is Tokid account manager, Kak?
Okay, thank you very much, Reski. This actually can be added in our definitions, right? Account manager. So because we use different services, yeah. like OTAs or Tokid or other services, actually, like we have a B2B connection with them because we're like a kind of like a big account. So from their side, we actually put we're actually given a handler like our community team, like a community manager, just to like collect feedback from us and then like to promote things to us. So just like Joy is like the account manager for Airbnb for us, so Yini will be the account manager for us through for Tokid basically.
Okay, I think Kalaris commented something on the chat, and perhaps Mr. Secretary, please write it down, yeah. And also perhaps from me, maybe you can write the roles as well, Kofidi. Like what is the role of the account manager and what are they responsible of?
Okay,
Perhaps.
sure.
All right. Are there any more comments or questions from anyone for Kofidi's personal updates?
Yo, just like a curiosity, but are we gonna pay the account manager as well?
No. The account manager is actually we pay for the service of the company, and they give us an account manager just to like uh, take care of us basically, so that we don't move to other services.
Okay. Okay. Are there any more questions? Curiosity questions? Also, don't forget, yeah, guys, for the BI handbook creation, Kofidi asked us to, like, interns especially, to write down whatever are we confused of about the company and other things as well. Okay, if there are no any more questions, let's move on to Kadafit's card.
Okay. Okay. Okay, for my update for the Fiverr card for this week, the result is finish collect all problems and categorize it, and but I have some friction there, that there are many unrecorded case of bigger misdetection that happen in December, January, and February. So I can record it, but I will research that data in after this, and the last action plans I will categories according to promise that. Yep, that's all from me, Angie.
All right. Okay, so for your friction, Kadafit, there are many unrecorded cases of bigger misdetection. Do you have any solution that so that we could record all the misdetection?
The first step, I will check. I always report it to report bug with PD. I will with PD chapter. I will check it. And second step, I will check with in Slack history. Thank you.
All right. Okay. So please update whether later PD chapter has fixed the bug or not, and whether is it helping you or not for the friction, bigger misdetection. Okay, thank you, Kadafit. Are there any comments or suggestions? Yes.
Yes, question to David. Actually, the unrecorded case of bigger misdetection is the details which is wrong, or the record is not found on bigger.
What fit?
The record is not detected in bigger, or the details of the record is not correct.
Um, the details of the case
I
is
see.
not, yeah, the details of case.
I see. It might be beneficial if you can check whether the details are actually added manually, especially on cases of direct bookings, or whether it's OTA detection. Because if it's OTA bookings, it can be a systematic error. But if it's a direct booking, most of the records are direct booking. It is a human error. So,
Okay.
and I also thought that the finance team is also doing the manual check for February.
Manual check for what, Vin?
Manual check of the misalignment of data in bigger as opposed to in Airbnb, for example.
Yep.
You did
Yeah.
it right because there's an Excel sheet full of the list.
Yeah.
Okay, so because this is the friction, is it still a friction then?
I that's we don't have a record for bigger miss detection VD. So far we just record for the no payout. It's different. Bigger miss detection like is there are payment wrong detect of destination bank account.
Wrong detect of destination bank account.
Yep, in bigger. So we
Okay,
haven't record it
I
so
see.
far.
Okay, I suggest you to check with marketing with that. I think it's a content problem
Okay.
then because the details, all the details or the destination bank account is actually set by marketing.
Okay. Okay.
Okay,
Thank you.
thank you.
All right. So, are there any other comments or questions for Kadafit's card? Okay, I don't think so. Yeah, let's move on to Sajid. Can you please give your personal update?
Hi, yes. Okay, to start off with the first card. The latest update for my project is that I'm migrating the code from the computer over to the cloud so that it could be potentially used by users or used by the PD team to basically integrate it to the Bukit Vista website, and it could be used from there as well. So there were certain problems that occurred during the migration, which I have already paired with Vidhi and come up with a few potential solutions, which I'm going to try out after this meeting. And after that, I'll be making a written documentation as requested by Lilis earlier. The reason why I not made it yet is because the proper final platform is not set yet. So according to that, only I have to make the tutorial. If not, the tutorial won't matter. So apart from that, yeah, that's it for that card. Moving on to the other card, which is the revenue projection request for the guest house in Shango, the D Tegel guest house. Yeah, that was handed over to Rahma today, although it was, I actually handed it over a few days ago, but I tagged her today. But that's about it for that. And moving on to the next one, which is Villa Namaskara. So this is an ongoing issue. It's basically in the discussing stages now. We have already met with the owner, and now it's basically us basically giving our strategies as to how, if she were to partner with us, how we would go around basically trying to increase revenues of her property. So currently we have handed over the strategies regarding that, and Ms. Vayana has also said that she has passed it on to the owner, and she would come back to us regarding the uh, response. Moving on to the next card, which is the integration of, yeah, so basically this is regarding my first card as well. Just like I told you, um, I'll be having a meeting with Vidhi and Chris, and then basically deciding and discussing as to how the integration of my project could happen to a platform, say the Bukit Vista website, for example. So that will be done on Friday with Vidhi and Chris. And then moving on to the last card, which is to predict company revenue. So since I'll be ending my internship soon, after a discussion with Vidhi, this task would be handed back to Vidhi. Yes, and I would like to also add on by going to. Okay, I think I can talk about it later when Kevin's turn comes. That's something related to me, but I can talk about that later. It's fine. I'm done.
Okay, is that all, Sajid?
Yeah.
Okay, that's quite a lot of cards, yeah. Okay, maybe I
Yeah.
have a suggestion for your first card. You're gonna do the documentation when the data is basically
Migration is done.
transferred. Data.
Yes.
Yeah, migration is done to Google Colab, right? But I think to like not procrastinate, perhaps you can try to make the documentation template first and try to write down the main things that wouldn't matter about the migration, and that doesn't have correlation with the migration. Since you're
Okay.
ending your internship soon, right? All
Yes.
right. Okay. Are there any other comments from anyone for Sajid's pivot?
Right, me maybe.
Okay.
Yeah. Sajid, how many documentations in total are you making?
One for my project, which is
Yep.
the property revenue projection. One for the company revenue projection.
Yep. And for the property revenue projection, there is two, right? The manual way and the automated way.
Yes.
Yeah.
So the manual way would be done first, and the automated way would be done once the migration is done.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. So there's three then.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay. Do not procrastinate ya, Sajid.
Lol. Okay.
It's your do less in your
Yes.
P2P feedback. Okay.
Yeah.
Are there any other comments from anyone? Okay. Kevin.
Kevin has something.
Just a small comments. Yeah, perhaps I can help you for that for the first cut if you have still some frictions.
Oh, thanks, man. I would definitely come to you if there is any need. I would message you most like. Thank you.
All right. Are there anything else from anyone? Okay, we will be moving on to Kaya's card. Please share your updates, Kaya.
Yes, okay, thank you, Miss Chair. I'll move to the second card first, yeah, because the first card is going to be long. So for the second card, it's the review cashback experiment. The result is this is actually not the result, it's the plan, because there isn't Sasha confirmed to me that there isn't any direct booking this week. It's many of them are extended guests from the what is it, the link on the redash that video attached below. So yeah, we will send uh, the what is it, the voucher to other guests that book directly, but the latest checkout is on 15 March and 17 March, so it's long, but yeah, that's the friction. And then the voucher design will be finished next week. The content team helped us with that, with this. And then move to the first card. I'm sorry, I just finished my report. I think this is what I need to do less, yeah, procrastinate. I just finish it. I just start it today at 12, and then I just finish it. Maybe you can, how can I explain this? Maybe you can, guys, open the report, the temporary result report, or yeah. Should I show this? Uh, should I share my screen on this or something like that?
Yes, you
Okay,
may.
no.
Yes, you may.
Yes, wait. Okay, wait. Share screen. So yeah, this is the temporary result report. So actually, I made this document not just to what is it, to present my result, but yeah, to give context to anyone wants to use the data, right? And then this is the input. The input is from the previous secondary research that we have four features, which are housekeeping, guest service, property maintenance, and proactive management. And we want to prioritize this, gitu. Which feature that we need to implement first. So the objective is that we create a roadmap to support the implementation of BV competitiveness strategy. Yeah. So this is the framework. We use a Kano model. You can read. I won't explain this because it's long, but I have documented it here. And then this is the method. This is the questionnaire. There is it consists two group, which one that measure the importance and one that measure how much value added the feature will add. Gitu. So this is the question that to measure the importance, and this is the question to measure the value added. It consists of the group two, the functional question and the dysfunctional question. You can see the full questionnaire here, and this is how I calculate the result. And yeah, this is data gathering process. So actually, the questionnaire is only for documentation, and Aya, Sasha, and Rahma and Ingrid do the interview. So we ask question by interview, but we document it on the form. And then this is the result. We only manage to collect 24 owners data, and this is the distribution. It consists of four squad from the four different squads. And then this is the the result. So the green one is proactive management. The purple one is housekeeping. The red one is guest service, and the yellow one is property maintenance. So, but the important one is that what we can learn from this. So the proactive management is on the the assurance domain, means that this feature guarantee a basic level of efficiency that keeps company going in the future. So actually it means that the feature it's a must be gitu. And then property maintenance is on the shield domain, and it means that the service is very beneficial to compete with our competitors, but it's not a must. It's just like if we want to compete, it's crucial for us gitu. And then for gas service, it is in between. So it's a need for basic level of efficiency, but if it's done well, it can differentiate us to our competitor. And then housekeeping is only on endurance domain, so it means that it doesn't affect the service or product feature survival because they are not of fatal quality. But if the cost is reasonable and the value added variable is reasonable, such as it can directly impact owner's revenue because of cost reduction, it can be implemented. So jump to the conclusion that from the result, here's the prioritization of the feature. It's practice management first, and then guest service and property maintenance, and housekeeping is optional. I think that's from Big Two.
All right. First, I would like to ask the Floria. Do you have any suggestions or comments from Kak Aya's conclusion, perhaps? It's a long document, yeah, so everyone can read them by themselves to know more about it. Okay, Kofidi.
First, holy cow, this is good. Yeah, this is a very extensive report, and actually, I'm just interested in the processing of the data. Like, is there already like in the kind of model that you mentioned just now? Is there like already this kind of metric, like which one is where? If it's if the result is here, then this is the must-have, and so on and so forth. It's already in the model, yeah. So the index, the scale.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. So, what is the confidence level of this research?
Actually, it's the limitations. First, it's the one of the limitation I haven't count. It can be calculated like the p-value, but I haven't.
Yes. It will be, yeah. It could be an additional thing if we can actually know the confidence level of the research. But yeah, I think this is a good start. Like, and then also, I've also noticed you that I've also notified you that the marketing team is also looking at the supply side, the vendor side, right? If you can try to explain it in a less complicated way to them, it would be nice if you can set up a meeting and then explain it to them like in a less complicated way. It can also be like just mention the conclusion to them. They do not have to know the intricacies of the methodology, but Yeah, I haven't read it extensively, but on surface level, this is really good. Good job, good job.
Okay, good job, Kaya. I saw this also very detailed and very very compact gitu ya. So I think if there are no other comments from anyone, we should be moving on to Risky's update. Risky, please deliver.
Okay, thank you, Angie. Good afternoon, teams. Now I have 3 cards. For the first card is my big project, and I have no updates for now. The second card is the visualization request from marketing teams. The result is we have prototype a visualization with a spreadsheet, and I put it online on Google Docs. But the friction is now with the tool that we have now, SLA or campaign manager should input the data straight into the Excel file. Imagine if we have recorded it for a year and we recorded it every week, so there are many rows, right? So if the SLA manager want to put a new data, he will scrolling through all the rows. Yeah, that is the problem, and the plan is get feedback from future users, and we will create a better system to acquisition the data, as Kak Vidi suggests. Next, for the third card is we want to synchronize Tableau and Redis, since Tableau is considered as unreliable, and we want to move to Redis. The result is we have made two graph migrated from booking window and groups to graph, which is booking window and group size. The result is this, and it is open to you guys if you want to learn SQL too and help me to create this visualization. Yeah, that will be good too. The plan is I have discussed with Kak Lilis, and I need to prioritize which visualization is have to be made first. Yeah, that is all for me. Thank you.
Okay, so perhaps I have a question for Risky. How many migrations do you need to move from Tableau to Redash? Is it so many? Like
Um, the graph that we don't have in Redis right now is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, about 12. Yeah. Yes.
Oh, I see. Okay, so and then you need the friction is you need to improve your SQL skills, yeah. I
Yep.
heard that Kevin is very good at SQL. Am I
Oh.
correct, Kevin?
Yeah, maybe. Not too good. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm good, but not too good.
Okay, perhaps Kevin, you can teach Risky or work together, or Risky can consult with you
Yep.
to ease the friction a bit.
Yes, yes, nice idea.
Okay.
Let's talk it maybe later, yeah, Rizky.
Yes. All right. Are there any other updates or comments? Oh yeah, comments. Okay. Kofidi.
Yep, thank you very much for the Tableau one. Actually, when will you complete the list of prioritization?
By today, Kak.
By
I
today,
will
yeah.
make the prioritization
Okay.
today.
And how would you prioritize the visualization? Do you know how to prioritize the visualization? Which one is needed?
Actually, I have discussed with Kak Lilis this morning. Yeah.
Okay, so you already have the list, yeah.
Mm.
Okay, then if you put down the list and then maybe other people want to take it, they can just tag their name on the side beside the visualization and do it, right?
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
and then yeah, good luck with that. Actually, yeah, I hope the other data scientists can actually help.
Okay, is that all?
Yep.
Okay. Perhaps Sajid, you can help a little before you leave.
Oh, sorry, just one more to add. Actually, the best practice documentation from Redash is actually already in the BI documentation. Please take note of that, yeah, Rizky. Yeah. And if there are some other things that you feel like it does not suit the best practice, please update the best practice as well. And I think the best practice for Videsh is connected to the product development team's documentation.
Okay.
Rizky, by the way, you can for your visualization, you can just refer to this as well. There's some useful charts and stuff, explanations and everything.
Thank you, Sajid.
Okay, are there any other comments from anyone? Okay, I think we should move to Kevin's updates. Kevin, please deliver your updates.
Oh yeah, thank you, Miss Chair. For my first card, I think I made a significant progress. Yeah, it should be that it's from 50% I take to 60 to 70, right? Then some days ago I took it from 50 to 80%. It's a big jump, you know. So it's just to make it readable for backend developer or for PD, product development. Yeah, that's the only left. And then for the second card, I need to talk about this again. It's not too clear actually. And for the second and third card, maybe Sajid, you want to comment on this?
Oh yeah. So let me just. Oh yeah, okay. So this is regarding the revenue projection for the Sampan Shango. Basically, Lilis had requested me to do this with Kevin, but I was actually having the projection for another property with the same features. So basically, I had a projection done for the Tegel guest house, which was in Canggu, which had 8 bedrooms as well. The only minor differences that I found were in terms of the how luxury the property is, right? And then I just modified it based on that and made a few changes. But I didn't involve Kevin in this revenue projection because it would not give him a comprehensive A to Z insight as to how I made the projection. So I made a comment saying that I'll have a different pairing session with Kevin tomorrow and explain in detail as to if I get a revenue projection, how would I go with it? Like what kind of key points do I look at? What data sources do I look at and stuff like that. So basically, I have a pairing session with Kevin tomorrow, and then he'll be ready to most probably do the other card, which is the Lumbung house in Ubud. Yep. So yeah, that's my conclusion. Thank you.
All right, Sajid, will you document your pairing session tomorrow with Kevin so that future data scientists could understand as well?
I am anyway making a tutorial as well for
All right.
the projection.
Okay. So are there any other comments from anyone else or questions to Kevin or Sajid? Okay, Kofidi.
Sorry, Kevin, I must have missed it, but just now for BIC3 inquiry analysis, what's the result again?
We able to classify which which is the most accurate pair of the question and the answer, right?
Okay, yeah. So the model is able to find the inquiry which is similar to the new inquiry that is asked by the guest. Yeah,
Yes.
So that the HR team can actually have a reference of like what kind of answer is actually that actually resulted to inquiry converted. Basically, that's it. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Maybe. Yeah. I didn't hear it in like the normal language. That's why I was just thinking maybe other people don't actually know what it means. Do you guys know what it means? Like, what the result means? Back to Mister. Like Mister, do you understand what the result of Kevin's result in inquiry analysis means?
Actually, I do understand, but it was not quite clear. But I think you made it clear, Kofidi. Perhaps, Kevin, could you please write it down on the comments?
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Because I think this is one of the evaluation for data scientists, yeah, before for this month, for last month, I mean, that we have to try to explain it in a more humane language so that the others can actually understand the results. Anyway, all good.
Okay, I'll be moving on to my card. So for the first card, actually for the result, we are gonna do a meeting. Yeah, we're gonna attend a demo for with SAP. So for you guys who don't know about SAP, I think it's very quite popular though. But you guys can just type SAP in Google, and the Google will show you. Yeah, and also after a talk with Buku Buku, we found out that Zero have a few boundaries, which is making us to finding out more about Odoo. Yeah, and we will update. I will answer Kalilis comments after this. And for the friction, currently we are actually back to the research method again for Odoo, and also the action plans, the compiling questions to ask Odoo and SAP. So this will be done by me and also Kadafit and updated here, and also join a meeting with SAP this Friday. And for my second card, actually, I haven't discussed anything with the HAR team, but I have the big idea that for to increase the review rate on Airbnb and Booking.com, perhaps we can implement Kaaya's second card, which is the discount. But I think since Kaaya's friction was like waiting too long for the result, because the earliest guest checkout is on 15th and 17th of March. So perhaps I'm gonna try to find another way while waiting for Kaaya's result. And that's all for my update. Does anyone has any comments?
Okay, I have a question.
Okay,
For Angie, have you planned a schedule with the client, Sasha? Second part.
Sasha.
Yep.
No, actually, I haven't.
When do you plan to have a session with our client?
I'll contact her right after the Scrum.
I see. Okay. Actually, you can just look at her Google Calendar and just invite her over to a meeting. I think that will be less friction compared to checking with Slack first, and then like there will be less friction just to invite.
All right, thank you.
Okay, that's one. Actually, and for the first one, I'm a bit curious. For the first one, are you guys using Odoo right now, or because I noticed that Odoo is an open source, yeah, open source. Are you guys using it right now? I believe you guys are using a trial, no?
Yeah, we are actually on trial for Kadafit and Kabayu, yeah, I guess, but I'm not
Ah,
conducting the trial.
I see. Okay, so by any chance, you don't really know about any frictions in using Odoo yet, yeah?
Perhaps Kadafit, do you have anything to respond or to add with Kafidi's answer? Kafidi's questions?
Yep, we a little bit confused about that because we haven't used this before, and but now we just start. We have some improve about about knowledge about this about Udo,
Okay.
and maybe it's useful for our project.
All right. Noted, David. Thank you very much, Mr.
All right. I think someone has. Oh yeah, Kevin, please.
Yeah, for your data extraction and data analysis, is there any data sciences test maybe?
Sorry, can you please repeat
Oh yeah, sorry.
your yeah?
For in your to-do list, there are data extraction and data analysis, right? So, is there any data science related task for this?
For the data extraction, is that on Evelyn's card?
Yes, hello. Are we
Yes.
moving to mine already? I thought we are still at
Yeah.
NG.
Yeah, I was confused as well. Kevin, I think
Okay.
that will be explained with from Evelyn, yeah, later on.
Okay.
All right, Evelyn, please deliver your updates then.
Thank you, Miss Chair. Okay, so hi everyone. Today I'll be sharing you guys my update in my Trello card. So the first one was analyzing financial aspect of cross-chapter campaign. For today update, so earlier today, me and Angie we've met with Neil from PD, and previously I only asked Neil to create a data extraction in the form of Excel, but he exceeded my expectation and create like an automation system to extract the Google Calendar blocking. And yeah, he kind of like gave us the link where we could like he taught us how to put the interval of date, etc., and like the data it will be extracted by itself, and then like we will just download the data in an Excel form, and then we could use the data to do the analysis. Then moving on, I believe on the first card we have collected the miscellaneous expenses, and then the wages as well. I think I would say that's like all the update that I have now for the first Trello card. But one of the friction that we experience is the output that Neil given was actually a bit. It differs. I believe that this is just a matter of miscommunication. We have talked Neil through it, and like I believe that the data extraction process will be done by tonight or tomorrow morning, because he just need to adjust some code to I would say to give us the correct output. Yeah. Um, should I move on to my next card, or is there anyone wanna ask questions?
Perhaps you should start with your second card first.
Okay, so for the next card, it's a request from Kak Gani, partnership portfolio. So the first step that we want to take is conduct a strategic discussion. But in a progress, I have do like a little bit of research. So basically, the main point of this card is to assist marketing chapter based on BI chapter in regard to develop a partnership portfolio that lead to an increase of awareness to future customer. For an example, future partners, and perhaps we could create a partnership portfolio that will act as a guide to, let's say, limit a partnership or pursue a certain partnership. And this portfolio will be completed in a form of, I think for now it's in a form of banner, because Kak Gani told me he gonna put it in the website. Yeah. And then there's actually, I would say, a third card, but I haven't put it yet. So I think starting from 15th of March, I will work in survey analysis partner. So I believe that, in short, in to BI chapter. So so we could resolve any issue or implement new action plan based on the insight given. Yeah, I think that's all from me. Back to you, Miss Chair. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Evelyn. For the second card, I do have some questions. For now, do you see any friction for your action plans, or have you discovered any?
No, I believe. Okay, actually, I might discover one. So based on today meeting, right? I think Kariski is in progress of migrating the data from Tableau to Redash. So I think there might be like some data that I need to have, but it is based on Tableau. But it's okay. I'll try to check the Tableau later on, and I'll definitely update any friction. Yes.
Okay, Evelyn, perhaps if you have something that is not in Tableau or not in Redash, perhaps you can ask either Risky or Covidia for this.
Okay, noted. Thank you.
Okay, does anyone have any comments for Evelyn's card? I think, Kevin, do you still have the question for Evelyn? Or is it answered already?
Yes, as already. Sorry, I was not focused.
It's all right. Okay. Uh, For Mr. Jing, do you have anything to add, sir?
Thanks for calling on me. I'm just observing right now. I'll give advice later. Yeah.
All right. Okay, for Kak David first ya, Kofidi. Kak David raise his hand.
Okay. For Evelyn, for the first cut, I have seen the name of people who participate in this campaign in your card, but I have some one case. What if what if example VD discuss with others people that has not written in uh, in your paper, is that count or not?
Okay, perhaps to summarize
Yes.
ya first. Kak David, do you mean not directly involved in the campaign?
Yep.
Okay, Evelyn, please.
Sadly, the people that are not in the list of the cross campaign itself, like if she or he was not in charge and written in the card itself, like I will not write her or his name into the people who are working in this cross chapter campaign. I believe that is like one of the weaknesses. Yeah.
Okay, Evelyn, let's have a sub discussion for this ya later on.
Yes, sir.
Okay, Kofidi.
Yeah, just to confirm. But the solution given by Neil is scalable, right? We just have to put in the emails of the people, the calendar to extract the calendar. So technically, it can be done. It's scalable.
True. Oh yeah. Yeah. Wow, it is.
Yeah,
It is
I'm
technically
the product owner
because
of this
also
solution.
they yeah, but in a sense they actually need to be aware that oh yeah, you need to block your Google Calendar based
Yep.
on the format given. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
and that's up to the funnel manager to inform the people they delegate to. So it's fine.
Okay.
That could be a scalable solution. Anyway, nice tool for the first one. And for the second one, actually, I have a question. Since the deadline is on March 12th, when do you plan to schedule a meeting with the client?
Actually, we were supposed to have a meet because I was talking to Kak Gani yesterday. We were supposed to have a meeting today at one, I think one Wita time, but we haven't conducted because I think Kak Gani is still busy with like another campaign. So like yeah, hopefully we could resolve this ASAP by tomorrow or today night.
Okay, okay. Just make sure to like. Oh, but tomorrow, yeah, maybe on Friday because tomorrow I think his calendar is blocked. And
Mhm.
actually, related to what Liz is asking, I think the main point of this request is to find out the features itself, like what could be interesting to see for potential partners, right? And you actually provided some insights, but does it actually answer the goal?
Because what I was thinking, this request, from what I had in my mind, it was something like, oh, Kak Gani want to increase the awareness that Bukit Vista is there, and we could actually provide you guys, or we could actually do partnership with you guys. And then like I was thinking, the main reason this partnership portfolio was created is to convert this future partner to become our partner. So, based on the insight I've given, I guess it's mainly about revenue. So, like, it will attract them to join Bukit Vista.
I see. And last question: have you seen the previous partnership portfolio?
Um, I've asked Kak Gani, do you have a previous partnership portfolio or existing partnership portfolio? But I don't think we have that currently. And the only post that he created to promote awareness of this partnership is the Instagram post that has been attached.
Okay, that's interesting. Yeah, maybe I could look around for a bit then. Thank you.
Okay, no problem.
Okay, are there any other comments from anyone? Risky, please. Oh, before that, I'm so sorry that the Scrum is overtime. Yeah, perhaps we can extend another 5 minutes. Okay, Risky, please.
Okay, Evelyn. I read from your card, the first card, I read the key performance indicator is the model can guide the two prioritization decisions of its campaigns. Do you have any plan? What is the model will be like? Is it going to be a questionnaire or step-by-step guide, or in what form?
Okay,
Oh,
maybe I can answer because
yeah.
I'm the one who made the KPI. Yeah,
Yes,
I think
sir.
it's not a model. Yeah, it's more like a framework. Sorry for the miswording. Yeah, but actually, perhaps it will be a step and also a step-by-step process, and also the program that, yeah, the product that Neil developed for this campaign and for this project. Does that answer you? Okay. I think that's all if there are no other comments or questions. Okay, by that, I'll end the Scrum. Thank you everyone for attending. And Vidi, I think you can stop the recording.